Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna be working on JJ today. He left me sitting on the side of the road on the way home from work the other night. He did get me about a mile from my house. Called Seth, my son. He came and pulled me in. I'm having JJ pulled home. Seth has come pick me up and he has died and left me sitting on the side of the road. So I've got to find out what's going on. The engine will crank over, but it will not start. I think I'm not firing. I can hear my fuel pump running. So that's what we're gonna be working on today. So let's get to it. This is gonna be some horrible filming conditions because I can't pull JJ out from under the shop. I'm going to be laying in the gravel to change the part I've got to change if I don't find out what's wrong before I have to try to put this part on. I think this is the part that I need to put on, and before I tell you what that part is, let me give you a little bit of history of what's been going on. Ever since I've had JJ, I have put over 20,000 miles on this Jeep. You know, I have not too long ago rebuilt the engine. Since I have rebuilt the engine, I've put over 10,000 miles on this new engine rebuild. Everything's been going good, but ever since I've owned JJ, there has been an issue. It's been ongoing, and I haven't made mention of it in any of the videos. But at certain times, I don't believe I've made mention of it. At certain times, going down the road, it's not nearly every week. I mean, it just does it periodically. But for a moment, you'll lose all power, like it stopped running. And it being a manual, you know, and I haven't pressed the clutch in, the engine's still turning over, it'll fire right back off and go on down the road. It has done that multiple times. Also, it has done it one time where it actually came to a complete stop. Tried to crank the engine over and start it. It cranked, would not start. The second or third try, it started up, and I went home, and it's never done that since. Periodically, when it does the losing the power for just momentarily, all the gauges will drop to zero. I mean, every one of them will go to zero, and then when it fires back off, it'll come back up. And I know there's a couple of things that can cause that. This being the simplest one, I already had it in anticipation that this day would come, and I'm hoping this is what it is. And as most of you already know by looking at it already, this is a crankshaft position sensor. I've had this purchased for probably almost 2 years now. Just had to put it on because he's always gotten me where I need to go. The other option is it could be a blown fuse somewhere. And then the option that I don't want it to be, it could be the old computer right here. I'm hoping that's not what it is. We're going to be changing this crankshaft position sensor, but first I'm going to go through and check all the fuses, make sure they're all good, none of them's blowed, something silly like that, because that's very, very possible. So let's get to checking these fuses. So I'm not even gonna bother looking to see what these fuses are. I'm just gonna pull them one at a time, verify they're all good. Kind of brute force attacking the fuse box, just checking everything. All my fuses are good right there. So next, I'm just going to go ahead and change that crankshaft position sensor. I'm hoping that's what it is. I made mention to some of my buddies at work about this problem. We was talking about cars or something, and they said something that made me think about, you know, my Jeep's got a problem and I can't fix it because it never breaks. It shows up and then it goes away, and then it don't show up for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and it might do something funny again that kind of gets my attention. Well, it's finally broken, and now I should be able to get to the bottom of the issue. This is the last little quirk that JJ has got, and I'm hoping that this right here will get it started today with this crankshaft position sensor. So let me climb under this on this dirty ground. I'm going to see if I can find me a tarp somewhere just to keep from getting so filthy. And it's cold today. It's like 28 degrees. So I'm going to climb down here on this ground, and Seth was going to, he left his Jeep here so I could pull it up on the ramp there, but he took the rope with him to work, so I can't pull my Jeep up there and get it on the concrete. So I'm gonna be laying on this gravel here, but I've done it before. It's not that big a deal. Get down here and try to see what size tools I need. All right, guys, before I get down here on my tarp, let me show you what this thing's doing. It's not doing much. It just don't do nothing. It won't crank. I mean, it cranks, but it won't start. So let me change this crankshaft position sensor, and we'll see what we can get going. So there's a crankshaft position sensor. I'm trying not to shine directly on it because I don't want it to wash out the video, but that's it. It's got 2 bolts holding it up. Like I said, they just got their, I don't know, they got a Phillips head screw at the top. So anyway, I'm gonna get that taken off. I'm not gonna try to film it because there's no way I'm gonna get that on camera right now. So I'm gonna take those 2 bolts out, and then I'll come back when I get it out. Okay, so I've got the bolts out of the crank position sensor here. There's one on the bottom, one up here on the top, and now it should just pull out just like that. Super easy to take off on the 2.5, and it plugs into the harness right up here. And I'm going to unplug it now. And all right, guys, I just finished bolting that up, plugging it back into the harness. So now it's time to see if JJ will run. I kind of dread it because I'm afraid he won't, and if he doesn't, that means I'm going to have to do a lot more problem solving to find out what's going on. So let me get up under this Jeep here, and let's see if he'll fire off. All right, moment of truth, dirty hands. Come on, come on. Nope, that wasn't it. All right, so I'm gonna have to go a little further with this, and I'll see what else is going on. Okay, guys, so I have a discovery. I can hear my fuel pump running. No start still, but I poured a little fuel down in my throttle body, and he fired right up. So that means it's going to be a fuel delivery problem. I've got to see what's going on. If it's going to take my fuel reel off, and I'm going to say there's no fuel pressure in that at all. So anyway, I'm still digging. I'll come back when I find out something new. For some reason on this 97 model, it does not have the purge valve on the fuel rail. So you can't just simply press it and see if it's pumping fuel to the fuel rail. So that kind of complicates things just a little bit. I have my fuel rail off. This injector's out. I want to go in there and I'm going to cycle the key and make the fuel pump run and see if there's any fuel coming out of that. Okay, so my fuel pump's running, but I'm not getting any fuel up to the rail. So I'm gonna have to go back to the fuel tank and drop it and see what's going on. I'm gonna trace it from there forward, maybe a line off in the tank. I don't know, but looks like the fuel tank's gonna have to be dropped. Got my Jeep pulled back up here to the concrete so I can get under it. Needed the concrete so I could lower the gas tank and get it put back up. Have my father-in-law come over and do that. I'm not gonna show you how to take the gas tank down. I got a video about doing a gas tank mod that shows all of that. So I'm just gonna get this gas tank down and try to see if I can see what's going on. Okay, I have the fuel pump right here with the hose off of it, and I'm just going to go cycle the key on. I have it connected with the wire, and if it's right, fuel should come out of this outlet right here. Here's the fuel line I have disconnected from it. So let me go roll the key on and see if we get fuel. So I went and reviewed the footage. The pump is running, pumping no fuel. If you want to hear the pump running, you'll have to put headphones on. I had to put headphones on before I could actually hear the pump running. No fuel, so now I'm taking the pump out of the fuel tank and seeing what's disconnected in there. There's got to be a hose disconnected or something. So let me take that out, and when I get that done, I'll come back. All right, I found the problem. This hose right here came off of the motor down inside the fuel pump. I'm gonna have to take the motor out because the motor's still doing good. It just blew that off. Right here's the type connections it's supposed to have. So I gotta go find something to see if I can get that fixed. So that's gonna be a cheap fix, pretty much free. So it's been a lot of trouble though. It's been a long morning trying to diagnose this and find out what's going on, but fuel tank did have to come out. That was not a wasted effort. All right, I've been to town, got me some little clamps to clamp my hose back on with, and changed the filters. I got to change the one inside and I changed the one on the outside. Got 2 filters in it. I didn't show any of that just because it's hard enough to do it without the camera running and trying to make sure you getting everything on camera. So I just went ahead and did all of that. This is just a not really a how-to, it's just showing you what was wrong with JJ. So anyway, I'm gonna get this put back in and get the gas tank put back into position, and we're gonna see if this fixes my problem. Got JJ running. Let me crank him up. thought I did a closing video a while ago, but I forgot to press record. E-brake on, neutral. So, got my problem fixed. Just wanted to share that with y'all today. Just an issue I had with JJ leaving me sitting on the side of the road. He's never done that before, and just blew the hose off inside the fuel sending unit. And I paid more for 2 filters at Advanced Auto Parts than I have ever paid in my life. I paid like $21 for the 2 filters that goes on your fuel pump. One goes inside it, one goes on the outside that rests against the bottom of the tank. And you can get both of those filters for like $5 on Rock Auto. You have to pay a little bit of shipping, but anyway, if you know you're going to be taking the fuel tank down and you're going to replace the filters, order them online ahead of time. Y'all, I thank y'all for stopping by today and watching. JJ's going again. That wasn't a big deal. It could have been a lot bigger deal than it was. Got the crank position sensor changed, and it seems like it's firing off faster than it was before. I think it was going out, and time will tell. I will keep y'all posted on that. It'll take me a few weeks of driving it before I'll actually know, but it's got some things that it was doing that's kind of quirky, and I'll let you know if that fixes it or not. That's gonna wrap up this video. Y'all come back next time and see what we got going then.